All right, welcome. Today we're diving into this invisible network of data that's really shaping the next industrial revolution. We're going to look at the core systems that are making our factories and even our products smarter than they've ever been.
So let's start with a wild idea. What if every single thing we build, from a massive jet engine all the way down to the smartphone in your pocket, what if it could tell its own story? You know, where its parts came from, exactly how it was made, every little repair. That's really the core idea we're going to unpack today.
And this powerful idea? It actually has a name you've probably heard thrown around. Industry 4.0. This is it. This is the fourth industrial revolution, and believe me, it is fundamentally changing how we make, everything.
Now, look, this is way more than just a buzzword, and it's definitely not just about robots on an assembly line. The term Industry 4.0 actually came out of Germany way back in 2011, and what it really describes is this massive technological leap, a point where the digital world and the physical world of manufacturing basically merge into one single, seamless, intelligent system. So what's this new ecosystem made of? Well, it's built on a few key ingredients. First, you've got cyber-physical systems. The easiest way to think about these are factory machines, with digital brains that can talk to each other and cooperate. Then you've got the Internet of Things, IoT, which basically connects everything with sensors. And all of this comes together in what we call the smart factory, a place that can pretty much run, monitor, and even correct itself.
Okay, so how does a smart factory actually work? Well, the magic is in something called the digital thread. This is a continuous, unbroken flow of data that tells that complete life story of a product. And this thread, it's woven together by three really critical systems that we're about to break down right now.
First up is something called Product Lifecycle Management, or PLM for short. Just think of this as the product's biography. Seriously, it's the master plan that holds every single piece of information, right from the very first sketch on a napkin, all the way to how it's going to be recycled at the end of its life. That's what makes PLM the single source of truth for a product's entire existence.
All right, so if PLM is the product's life story, then the Manufacturing Execution System, or MES, is like the director on the factory floor. It's the real-time traffic controller, watching everything as it happens during production. It's making sure parts are moving correctly, quality is getting checked, and schedules are being met. It's the system that connects the big plan to the actual physical action.
And rounding out our trio, we have ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. This is the business brain of the whole operation. Honestly, it doesn't really care how a product is designed or built. Its job is to manage the resources. ERP handles all the stuff like ordering raw materials, managing the money, and planning the supply chain. It's what runs the business that makes the factory possible.
So let's just put that all together real quick. PLM is all about the product's data, from beginning to end. MES is laser-focused on the factory floor, what's happening right now. And ERP? That handles the entire business side of things. See, they're separate systems, but when you connect them, that's when you create that incredibly powerful digital thread.
Okay, so we've got all these complex systems, PLM, MES, ERP. But why does it matter? Why should a business actually invest in all this? What are the real-world results?
Well, the benefits are just huge. When you connect everyone to the same data, companies can get their products to market way faster. Product quality gets a big boost because designers can spend their time innovating instead of just tracking down information. And because everyone is working from the same playbook, those costly errors and all that rework get cut down dramatically. That saves a ton of time and money.
But you know what? The impact goes way beyond just being more efficient. These intelligent systems also make manufacturing way more sustainable. In fact, the World Economic Forum found that smart factories can optimize their processes so well they can slash energy costs by up to 20%. That's a huge number.
And it doesn't even spot there. That same optimization also means a much smaller environmental footprint. We're talking the potential to cut carbon emissions by up to 15%. So yeah, this isn't just about saving money. It's really about building a more sustainable future for all of us.
So, we've established this incredible digital thread that connects our factories. But what happens when you give that thread a brain? That's where we are now. The next big leap forward is the rise of industrial AI.
But listen, the AI you put in a factory is nothing like the AI that's on your phone. It just can't afford to make mistakes. We're talking about industry-grade AI, and it has to be this complex machine of interlocking parts. It has to be secure, safe, transparent, and absolutely 100% reliable. Because if even one of those gears fails, the whole system just can't be trusted.
And that right there brings us to maybe the most important piece of this entire puzzle: trust.
How do we actually build AI systems that we can rely on with our most critical, high-stakes operations?
You know, there's this quote that I think just nails it. It really gets to the heart of the matter. Trust isn't just some technical feature you can code into the system. It's about the relationship, the interaction between people and machines. It has to be a two-way street.
So to build that trust, we need a really solid framework. And at its core, this framework has to balance two critical sides. On one side, you've got system dependability, making sure the AI is reliable, safe, and secure. And on the other side, you have the core ethical principles that have to guide its behavior.
And let's be clear, these ethical principles are absolutely non-negotiable. This is about making sure the AI is designed to do good, and just as importantly, to cause no harm. We have to be able to understand why it makes the decisions it does. That's explainability. And crucially, we have to build it to be fair and just, making sure we avoid all the biases that can so easily creep into the data.
Which, believe it or not, brings us to what's next. Industry 5.0. If Industry 4.0 was all about making factories smart, Industry 5.0 is about making them human-centric. The goal isn't to replace engineers with AI, not at all. It's to empower them, creating a real partnership where human creativity is boosted by these intelligent systems.
And that leaves us with one last, really crucial question to think about. This technology is moving forward at an incredible pace, linking every product we make to this vast network of intelligence. But as we build this smarter and smarter world, the real challenge, the real question is, how do we make sure we keep our own humanity, our ingenuity, and our values right at the very heart of it all?